to go live. Hold on, let me do this. That should work. Trying to do all this remotely on location. There we go. What's going on, fam? If you here, appreciate it. Tap it in. I'm coming. I'm behind you. Real women. Hey, what's going on? Real women don't do nonsense. I love that name. That's tight. T-Town, what's going on, baby? Yeah, man. Here, we drove an hour to get to this game. That's why, he said this was going to be a big one. So I'm like, all right, no worries. We're going to come out and support. And so we here, live, me and the missus, showing up. But, fully committed to my people that's here. So I'm always tap in when I can. All right? So while we getting there, man, y'all gotta let me know what y'all been up to. What's going on with y'all this week? Did I clean my camera? Hold on, y'all. That's like rule number one. If you're gonna use your mobile phone, clean your camera lens. Boy, I tell you, man. Yes, Tim, this is the playoffs for them. So, man, it was like, what was it, last Friday? So last Friday I was in the office, went live. Normally by the time I finish the live when I'm in office, I'm able to catch the halftime. So I ran over. Luckily the school was right around the corner, caught the halftime game. Oh, that one was it was a tie game at the end. Then they gave us the 2-minute play, ran it, won. So here we are at the playoffs. That's one thing we gotta pay. We gotta bring cash over here. So hopefully they got cash. I ain't a cash cow person. If they don't take cash, I don't know how we get in here. We about to find out. But what's going on, fam? Y'all gotta tap in with me. Let me know what y'all been up to this week. Buy tickets online. All right. What's up, Unc? I see you. Oh, he over there talking about what about them Astros? Okay. So we know Unc is an Astros fan. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get a wife the card because we gotta pay to get in here. It seems we gotta buy tickets. I'm trying to find the chat. What's up? Blue Eyes White Boomer, what's going on with y'all, man? How y'all do? Oh, Brandon, I appreciate that. If we was in the office, I'd make that DJ noise sound, but I'm out in the field, so I can't get no love. But Brandon, do know I appreciate that you watching the videos, checking them out. My goal is to educate and help us just make better decisions, be informed. Woo. It'd be cold out here. I'm about to put this jacket on. It'd be cool. Man, let me tell y'all about the week I've been having. So I been trying to build out everything myself, and I know I keep saying that's my downfall, trying to do everything myself, right? So I finished the 5-day no LLC challenge, but it's a paid challenge, right? I think it's $97 for the paid challenge to go through all 5 days of training. Hold on for a second, guys.
Alright, folks can use all too. You can just hit use all. You can hit the green button. You folks are all good.
All right, appreciate it, boss. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
So then did that, right? Got it all set. Got it hooked up to ClickFunnels. But because I built everything myself, I built the website using WordPress, doing everything myself. We probably got to ask somebody which side is from Mayfair. So did everything myself, and then using Zapier to try to connect it. Man, that has taken up my whole week trying to build these zaps. Like, I ain't no technical person, but I do, I'm committed to once I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So I just spent like all of what. Well, they got food over there. Uh, Spent all this money doing this and it still ain't working. So finally, I conceded to my defeat. Email Zapier, so I'm waiting on them to tell me what I did wrong. But just that one thing that took up my whole week of trying to figure out how, when somebody pays the 97 bucks, it's supposed to, one, log into, that's not supposed to log into, but the Zap is supposed to say, okay, this person made a successful purchase. This is what they purchased. It's supposed to go look for them in the membership website. If the email is found, simply add the transaction to that. If not, then it's supposed to create the member and then add the transaction. Very simple, if this, then that logic. Yeah, no, it ain't working. You know, I've been having my wife be the test person, so maybe it's user error, y'all think, maybe? Yeah, don't hit me, I got you live on camera.
Give me my $20 back.
Yeah, I paid you. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. Let's see. Oh, I see some questions coming on. Big Eyes, or Blue Eyes, White Boom have a general question. When does it make sense for a content creator such as a streamer or YouTube to move away from sole proprietorship into something more? Great question. Do not mind answering that. And I'm going to say when you reach net profits, again, net being the key words. Well,
You gonna stand here or you going upstairs? Wow.
I gotta stay in for a minute. No, I'm gonna go up there. So when you reach net profits of 100,000 plus, so if you streaming and your streams are getting you paid, and you either got sponsorships or you have affiliate commissions or you got advertising revenue, when your net profits, meaning that after you subtracted all of your expenses and you have net profits of 100,000 or more, then I will say make that change to either, well, I ain't gonna say either. The best thing is probably gonna be like an LLC, right? Have your taxes and escort, because at that point you're going to be able to save on self-employment tax. All right, that's going to be the point to when that makes sense. Until then, stay a sole proprietor, save yourself the headaches, and be good to go. That's it. That's all. So yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're gonna sit here. This bench probably cold. My booty about to freeze. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna need that jacket. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to get set up for a second. There we go. All right. Thank you, boo. All right, so hopefully Blue Eyes, White Boomer, that answered the question. Do that. Man, I just finished. I'm glad you actually asked that question again, because I just finished doing another video about 10 plus tax deductions for content creators. That one should be coming out on Monday. This is going to be released to the channel. So, okay. My man Tim said he got a question. All right. Let's take a look and see. When you get tipped with a credit card, do you just pay the tax on that at the end of the month or the year? Absolutely, because a tip is considered income. So tips only really become an issue when you are in the service industry. Regular, like when people want to give me a tip and they say, hey, I appreciate what you do, and they want to give me a tip, I just add it as income, right? It may not, now, if you're using your books, if you got a bookkeeping system and you want to classify it as something else so you can be tracking what's working and what's not, then you can track it as other income, but it's still income and therefore it's still taxable. So unless you're working at a restaurant and you're serving folks or you're in that service industry, tips really don't make a difference. For the rest of us, it's just ordinary income. So, but first of all, congratulations on getting a tip. That means you're doing a good job, bro. So keep that up. Let me see here. Brandon says, how would you encourage a soon-to-be 18-year-old starting an online 3D printing company in NC in North Carolina? One, I'm going to say congratulations. That's dope. The fact that you even doing that. about to be 18, you ain't even gotta wait till you turn 18 to start your business branding. Do it now. Don't wait till you turn 18, man. Get it in now. Um, well, you know what? Let me stop because I don't know what the banking laws out there in 18. Because one thing you want to start your business is to get you a separate bank account. So you may have to wait 18 so you can set up your business bank account so you can separate things out. But outside of that, I would say start right. Y'all got excuse with the loud noise. We are officially here at the game. But I would say, one, do it. Don't wait. Always invest in yourself, meaning always invest in your education, always invest in your training. Because the one thing that people are going to pay you for is not so much as what you do as it is what you know, right? Even if you're selling a product, right? You said you're going to be doing online 3D printing, right? Like a lot of people do online 3D printing. So how are you going to separate yourself? What's going to be different about you? It's not the fact that you are doing the 3D printing because the 3D printer is going to do the work, but it's your knowledge of how to make that 3D printer create a beautiful product. So always continue to invest in yourself to improve your skills, to do what you need to do on that front. Don't be afraid. And at 18 years old, I don't want to make no assumptions, but I'm definitely going to say if the people you hanging around aren't on the same level, don't have the same aspirations, now they don't have to be entrepreneurs, but they do have to want more for themselves. If you're hanging around people who don't want more for themselves, you're going to have to cut them loose. That's a lesson I wish I would have learned when I was 18, because hanging around the wrong people will kill your dreams. And if it don't kill your dreams, it will make it hard for you to realize your dreams, because the company we keep gets into our mind. If you're not in the right circle where people are encouraging you to move forward, to do this, do that, encouraging you to like, yeah, I know it's rough, man, but you got to keep going. If they not saying, well, let's sit down, let's talk about it, let's figure out a way, let's try this, let's try that, bro, run. Run. So at that age, man, making sure you definitely hanging around the right people, making sure they got the right mind, because that's going to be important. And even still, you don't want to hang around people who ain't going in your direction, because it's going to limit you. Like, what if you start your business at 18, turn 19, you a millionaire, bro. Like I get that you going to want to take the homies with you, like, oh, I got you, don't worry about it, just come through. But at some point, you're going to want to be able to hang with people who can go where you want to go. Like if you want to go to Paris, you want somebody to be like, man, all right, I'm about to book a flight, I'll meet you there. All right, because at some point when y'all doing that, that's going to turn into a tax deduction, because you can turn your friend into your board of directors. And when y'all taking these trips, it becomes a tax write-off as long as y'all discussing business. So that's something I would do right there. Big Zach, glad to see you as always, man. See that you made it. Glad you here. How is everything? I know last week we chimed in, man. You had an unfortunate incident, man. Kept you and the family in prayers. Hope everything is cool. Hope everything turned out right. I'm assuming so because you're here with the fam as always, so that's greatly appreciated. Yeah. Let me see what else we got going on. Oh man, cool in Cali, man. It is cold in Cali. Tim, don't think, don't let these music videos get y'all fooled up like it's all sunshine and palm trees and beaches. No, it ain't that cold. Normally, if it's cold if you breathe and then you see the smoke. It ain't that cold yet. It was this morning, and I realized that these last couple of games we've been in, just sitting here, and I'd be like, man, coming straight from the office, and I'd be freezing. So I'm like, man, let me put me a shirt, a beanie on, and everything. I don't see a scoreboard here. Is that us? I'm assuming we scored first. We're the first people to score in there. So yeah. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Yes, Code in Cali, Blue Eyes White Boomers subbed, and we'll see video. Yes, see the video on Monday. It's called the 10 plus tax deductions for content creators. That one is going to be out come Monday. All right, 10 said was running the numbers, and this year, but wow. Man, I wish I was in the office because I sure would give you the whole horn sound. Because that's dope. To be tipped that much, that definitely means that you're doing good on the business side. That's beautiful. The tax deductions, the tax write-offs. Indeed, they are. Man. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all something. I got this tripod on. Let's get to the game real quick, folks. Hold on. So y'all can see. We are the white, obviously, right here on this side. My wife is in the way. Try to see the scoreboard. Hold on, see if I can get y'all to the scoreboard real quick. It ain't nothing on it, but it's there. We got 3-0. I'm assuming we the ones. Oh, look at him. Ooh. All right. So what else is going on with y'all, man? What else I got going on? Talk about some other projects I got going on. So the 5-day challenge is definitely coming for sure. That's gonna be up and running. I can't wait to show y'all what the problem is with this Zapier integration I'm having. Decided to do a bunch of digital courses. Yeah, decided to still do a bunch of digital courses. So outside of the 5-day challenge I got coming, working on one called Organize Your Hustle. And I think that one is going to be cool because I know when a lot of people pay me when they choose to have the 1-hour consultation, is normally me helping them organize their back office, helping them get their numbers together, helping them get organized as far as the books and understanding, like Tim said, when he ran the numbers, that's dope that he ran the numbers. They was able to really clearly identify what was just tips versus income versus what was from the tent business versus what was from the embroidery business. Like, I really find that absolutely amazing because that's what running numbers is all about, being able to look and see what's working, what ain't. But let me ask this question on a side note. How many of y'all did the homework assignment for last week? Let me know in the chat. And for those who probably wasn't here last week, I say go back and check it out. It's still up on the YouTube channel. What I did was had say, look, write down what it is you want your business to pay for as far as your life goes. And when you wrote that number down, you should have had a number. Then you take that number and you divide it by the amount of services you sell. So for example, if that number was 100,000, like that's how much you needed after taxes to live the lifestyle you want to live. You take 100,000 and you said, all right, well, I charge $100 for my service, right? Or $100 per unit. That's a unit of hour, or that's an actual unit. And you divide that by 1,000, you'd be like, all right, well, this is how much I need in my business to produce in order to provide me the lifestyle that I want. So how many of y'all did that? I'm curious. Man. Maria, what is going on? Long time no see. Good to see you. I make sure I tell Kim, she's a football mom, so she's heavily engaged in the game right now. So, Ooh, up the middle. Oh, he almost got away, y'all. He almost got away with it. I'm trying not to yell and get too excited because I'm here. Indeed. Oh, man. All right, what's this Tim said? If I take a trip in January for business, but use my money this year, let me see this. So I get what you said, Tim. You're buying everything this year for an event that's going to take place next year. So here's the deal with that. It all depends on the type of accounting system. If you are an accrual-based accounting, and I'm going to venture to say that 99.9% of the people don't know the difference between accrual-based accounting and cash-based accounting. So if you were accrual-based accounting, then you would say, I'm going to account for it the moment it happens, which would be this year. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me back up. Even if you're cash-based accounting, because you actually spent it this year, you can claim it on your taxes when you file next year, even though you're going to take the trip in January. So that's something you can do. But because it's a business trip, when you actually go in January and you end up spending, for your meals, you spending anything else that's pertaining to your business while you're out there, you won't be able to claim those expenses until the following year. So, Tim, I hope to answer your question. Let me just clarify it again that because you've already paid for it, you can claim it when you file your taxes next year, even though you won't take the trip till next year. So that's something you definitely can do. Just keep in mind that anything you spend while you're out there in January, you won't be able to claim that until the following tax year. So another thing, if you're going out there on a business trip, it's like if it's on the weekend, remember take advantage of that wrapping the weekend, man. Definitely take advantage of that. Let's see here. Oh man, appreciate that, Blue Eyes. I appreciate it. Good. Zach said that's one I already have within my budgeting. Good. Miss Donna, good evening. Oh, look like we got some plays here, y'all. Let me switch on so y'all can see. Something on the field. Can I blow this up? Just a little bit. All right, what's happening right now? You want to be on the camera? No, you don't want to be on the camera? The wife said she don't want to be on the camera. She already representing her self-employed logo merch. Oh, you be on the camera for that? I'm going to put you on the camera. Look. There you go. It's right. You got to show the merch. Yeah, there you go. Boom, boom. There it is right there. We all out here. Represent. All the time. All the time. Cool. Till said we might go to Florida for tennis battle. Things have to be played by the first time. Okay. That works. That's work. If it's gonna be a wrap in the weekend, man, just you already doing business, so it don't even matter. So everything you do down there, Tim, from that time is gonna be tax deductible. Meals included, so make sure you keep track of everything while you're down there. Every meal you pay for, every Uber you take, every taxi you take. Even if you have your uniform, you take some clothes down there with your logo on it, and you pay for dry cleaning while you're down there. Write that off too. All that's tax deductible while you're down there. So definitely take advantage of that. Man. Blue Eye says, who's playing the football game? That is my middle child. If you go back to when we first started these lives, man, how long ago was that, when we was doing these lives? That was almost 2 years ago, maybe? He used to help me out and help me monitor the comments. So you go back and look at them first lives we do, you will see him on there. We called him nephew, but now he playing football. He big now. He ain't got time to come to the office with his daddy. He be tired after practice. So yeah, my middle child Christian is playing. And we drove an hour and a half to see him play too. So yeah. Oh, somebody got a big face of their son on it. They represent. Man, I am out enjoying the game. Really, to be honest with you, there's not much action happening right now. And I hate to sound selfish, but it ain't no much action because, my son he just out here chilling. Don't be looking at me like that. I wasn't going to say nothing because I would always really get excited when my boy going to the game. But right now, we are just chilling, man. Yes, the memories, the memories. Plenty of them. We used to have fun. We're going to have to revisit some of them topics. Let's see. I just saw Tim said something now. Hey, Tim trying to convert people from LLCs to sole proprietor. Tim, I promise you, it's a cult, bro. The LLC cult people, it's hard to convince them of anything else because I don't know. That's why I tried to bust the myth. The first myth is like if you had a chance to go back and look at the entire series of the LLC's myth busting, the first one, the very first one, when people said it separates you, man, I got so much feedback on that because people honestly think like, oh, I thought I was separated. Like, yeah, it separates you on paper, but when you are the sole member, when you depend on that, you're really not separated like you think. But it's so in social media, it's so indoctrinated. LLC is better than social media. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. LLCs have their place in business, and there is points in time where it makes sense to get one. But off top, man. And then he said, agree to disagree. But what is there to disagree on? As a single member LLC, you're treated the same as a sole proprietor for tax purposes. So you don't get to deduct more. You don't get to, it's the same. So what is there to agree to disagree? If people talk about the legal protection, I tell them to go look at the Alex Jones case. I brought that up. That was myth number 2 or 3 or 4. One of them myths that I busted. Alex Jones, owner of Free Speech Systems LLC, has been ordered to pay all his money. Whatever the company can't pay, he has to pay. So where's the asset protection, right? Like it don't work the way people think it do. Yes, in some cases, if the LLC has enough to cover the damages, say for example, if the LLC itself, because it's truly independent of its owner, if the LLC itself has $100,000 in capital in the bank, and the damage was for $25,000, then of course the LLC is going to win in that scenario because itself, being independent of its owner, has enough to cover the damages. But if you're in a case where it don't, yeah, you still won't come out of pocket as the LLC. As a matter of fact, speaking of Alex Jones, man, I was listening to talk radio this morning, and I think when I did the Mythbuster on that one back in October, he was only at $945 million, but now he's been instructed to pay 400 and some extra million. So his total payout now was like $1.5 billion that he has to pay to the family of the Sandy Hook victims, man. Like, that's crazy. But he has an LLC, and it didn't protect him like we thought he did. So yeah, feel bad for him. Definitely feel bad for him, man. So definitely, Tim, I feel for you. Yeah, buying power, absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. We talked about that, Tim. The buying power of it. That's one of the 3 things that's okay to get an LLC. 1, if you know you're going to be dealing with paper contracts. 2, if you know for a fact that you're going to be making $100,000 in net profit. And 3, buying power, meaning business credit. And please be careful with everybody talking about, oh, I'm going to get an LLC just to get business credit. Man, I was doing some research on that and finding out people are doing some fraudulent things. So what a lot of people is doing, especially this whole Navy Federal Credit Union play, they get the LLC, get a tax ID, and on the application for the loans, instead of putting their social security number on there, they put a tax ID number. And the thing of it is, the tax ID is the same amount of numbers as a social security number. The only difference is where the dash is. With an EIN, you have the 2 digits, dash, then the 7 digits, right? On your social security number, you got the 3 digits, dash, 2 digits, dash, forward. So only thing they're doing is really just fraudulently filling out these applications. So it ain't like they really winning at the game and they about to give you some game and help you win. No, they telling you how to be fraudulent, and the government is getting tired of these fraud cases. So they about to really crack down on some folks. So man, yeah, definitely be careful with that. If you're gonna get the LLC because you know you need buying power, do so by all means. But understand, give yourself 2 years, because they're gonna want to see at minimum 2 years of history, 2 years of tax returns, 2 years worth of bank statements to see just how much income the LLC has made. And don't get me started on how many bank accounts we need. 'Cause that's another video I'm getting ready to make. People telling, oh, you need 5 bank accounts. Why? If you aren't disciplined enough to manage one, how you gonna manage 5? Right? And they say, oh, because the bank, it looks better when you have all income and nothing going out. Like, if there's a bank that really truly looks at a statement and be like, oh, look at all these incoming transactions and all these less outgoing transactions, then I'm gonna tell y'all that's the bank y'all want to go with, because you can get over them easily. Because real banks don't care about what the bank statements look like. They want to know the balance. So if you have 50 million transactions of incoming and only 1 transaction outgoing, and the balance is, I don't know, $50,000 left over, versus if you have 1 bank account and you got 50 million transactions and 25 million or 50 million expense transactions, 25 million income transactions, and the balance is still 50,000, what's the difference? But there are people out there that saying, yeah, you need to go and open up 5 bank accounts. Get 1 to be the tax account, 1 to be the income account, 1 to be the expense account. I'm like, if you set it up right, you can do that and manage it with just 1 bank account. And I get why people encourage that, because the more bank accounts you connect to a bookkeeping system, or the more bank accounts you have to have somebody manage, the more they're going to charge you. So of course they want you to get more so they can ask for more. I had a gentleman come to my office just yesterday, and he said that he was trying to have somebody help him get set up, and they charged this dude over $3,000. And I was like, oh, almost charged this dude over $3,000. I was like, for what? Like, what did he do? And he was like, he just did some consulting and tax planning. And I'm like, well, tell me exactly what was the conversation. And he told me, and I was like, bro, they got you, because that's, I mean, or maybe I'm just being cheap, right? Because he came to the office, I was like, oh yeah, he asked the question, well, here it is. Woo, 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 woo. You know, I get that I would charge for my time, but I'm not charging nobody $3,000 just to tell them how to, I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, how not to make a mistake, like, yo, don't do this, you know, and then sack the quarterback, that wasn't good. But we're gonna keep it going. Ain't nobody scored, we still in the lead, so that's all that matters. So yeah, I would just be very careful what you hearing on social media, fam. Very careful what you hearing on social media. Man. Yeah, Tim, you know, man, reach out to me, man. I'll show you how to get I'll show you exactly what you need for the business credit. I mean, like the secure way, not where you got to guess and be like, I hope this is going to work. Nah, let me know. Shoot me an email or something, and we can go from there. I'll give you the whole blueprint. So, indeed. Woo-hoo. Oh, man. Look, fam, I'm going to go on and get off the live because it's getting cold, and I'm about to stick my hand in my pocket or snuggle up and stick my hand inside my wife's pocket because it's freezing out here to me, and I got to give my attention to this game. But look, hold on, let me see something. We got games next week, or is it gonna be far out, or we gonna be here, like at home?
It depends on if they win this one.
Yeah, so if they win this one, we gonna, I might be back on spot, I might be back in the office. So we'll see. I'm gonna let y'all know somehow, some way. So just keep on, tap in, and we gonna go from there. But until then, fam, yeah, Tim, definitely reach out. Definitely will enjoy the game. I appreciate y'all tuning in here. We're going to see what's happening. You can see ain't really nothing happening right now. We just all on the sideline chilling. We running some plays. Ooh, somebody flipped in the sky. All right. Yes, we're real. We got to do lunch. We got a lot to catch up. You got to let me know what's going on with Ovi, with the business. So yeah, we got to do that. Hey, I might let Kim know. I might, depending. Oh yeah, Tim, you better hit somebody. You better hit somebody for sure. I'm I will let him know. Look, the fam gave me a shout out for sure. But look, I appreciate y'all, man. Know that I appreciate you being here. I love you. That is going to be it for me. And until the next time, any questions, anything like that, hit me up, let me know. And as always, man, keep your head to the sky. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.
I gotta grab cheddar too.
You grab cheddar.